Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's a big bottle, eh? Want me to help you? Woo! Okay. Gabe. Gabe, look at me. Are you a good helper? You're a mess. Are you a good helper? It's okay. Look, let's put some seeds in, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Hello, welcome to the Busy Little House. I'm Karen, and this is Gabe. Say hi, I'm Gabe.
And me.
Hi, I'm me. I'm Gabe. Can you say Gabe? Seeds? Okay. These are seeds. We are going to be planting some buttercup squash today, and only because they're such big seeds. Oh, my puppy's got to go out again. Be right back. Okay, take two. Now minus the puppy and minus Gabe, who started all kinds of shenanigans over here. He got into the seeds, he dumped the seeds, then he just threw the dirt, and usually he's the best helper. He loves gardening and he loves planting, and he's even good at transplanting now, but for some reason today was his, I guess he's tired, so I just set him upstairs and put him in zombie land for a few minutes. Okay, so to start off, I don't have any specific soil that I always feel works better than any other soil. I just buy whatever soil's on sale at Canadian Tire is my favorite, but you know, wherever you're going to get your soil at, just anything that's on sale for me, because that's how I roll. And the starting soils, of course, people will always recommend starter. I don't care. It hasn't made a difference to me that I know of that I could, you know, document and say it was better. But I did take an organic soil this time, which was just a planting mix, and I have to practice not hitting the table and shaking the camera, sorry. So I have just a regular soil in here to start my plants with. I like to, if I'm doing a lot, if you're not doing a lot, don't wet it, but I like to add water to this, because if you don't moisten your soil ahead of time, your seeds will just float to the top of your pot, and they won't stay spaced the way you want them to. So I'm just going to be using these buttercup squash seeds that were planted already, and had to take them out to start the video again because Gabe, you know, he threw them. And anyway, okay, so just to be able to show you, the rule of thumb from what I've learned is it's written on the back of every packet, your depth of your seed, what time to sow them of the year, and all the information you really need about that plant, written on the back of each of your seed packets. But the rule of thumb, usually from what I hear and what's worked for me, is to double the depth of your seed into the dirt. So you put your seed, maybe I can put this up on here, let's see if that works. You put your seed into a hole double the size of it, and then close up the hole. And I use wet soil, but then I water again at the end anyway, just because it makes me happy and it works. So, right, we're gonna go ahead and put, I don't know how many we have because he just dumped them. Don't pack it too deep, I mean too hard. You don't really need to stamp on it, just enough that your soil stays down. And then you can just leave your starts. I mean, if you leave them in the sun, they'll dry up. So you really just need to leave them up on top of a fridge or up on a shelf somewhere until they sprout, because there's no reason to, in the direct sun, it's too hot, and you'd have to be, you know, really keeping a close eye on it, or you could lose your starts. Also, I forgot to mention that when I go through my bag, I like to break up the big chunks and take out any any big sticks, especially for small seeds. You don't want this blocking a small seed. Let's see what else. My book. I didn't write a book. This is my log book that I log. Was supposed to be only for gardening, but ended up being for everything, multi-purpose book. But I'm getting a new book from the Stivers Family Homestead, and I'm super excited because if you don't know their channel, go on over to the Stiver Family Homestead channel, tongue twister, and I'm getting a new book from them that I won on one of their lives, and it's her mom that made it, so I'm super excited because that's going to be only for my gardening and not a multi-purpose book like this. It even has a kid's bank, kids' money, how much they're making, and anyway, so what I highly recommend is that you, if you're planting a lot of seeds, to keep track of what seeds you got, how much they cost, how much seeds per packet you got, because that's a big one for me. I really am a penny pincher, so I'm not really excited about getting a few little seeds in one package for the same price as getting 100 from another place. But if you're looking for really good quality or specific plants or rare heirloom plants, then I do pay a little bit more for less seeds, but I'm also saving my seeds. So yeah, so I keep a log. I folded a few. I'm a mess. I don't even want to show this for too long, but I keep a log of what seeds I had before I bought. Then I keep all my receipts from the new ones that I got. I could write these all down, but I just don't have time for that. And then also, if you see this, I don't think you can see this mess. Hopefully you can't. Maybe I'll move it a lot. I color coordinate times to plant. So some seeds are made to be planted 2 to 4 weeks before going into direct ground outside. My dog. I have a squirrel stuck in my porch, and the dog's going after it. So, take 3. So, yeah, I recommend that you have a book and that you log what you're sowing or what's going to work in your garden this year, what worked last year. Just keep track of as much as you can, because it's always nice to look back on, and I've never regretted logging. So that's a good one. Another one is taking pictures of your garden. Take a lot of pictures of your garden, or even just your herb garden, or if you're in the city and just planting a little bit, just take a picture of it, because it's a good reminder next year of what worked for you, what didn't work. You're going to want to plant more of what your family eats, or more flowers or whatnot, but just to keep track of all that, keep a book. And a pretty one is always fun too, an inspirational one. So I have all my seeds. I used to keep all my seeds in an album that had clear pages where I could see the front and the back of each of the seed packages. This one doesn't have information on the back, but most do. So, but then I ran out of space in my photo albums, and even my big photo albums, so it turned out I just started getting too many of certain varieties, so I was packing them behind each other, and I was just a mess. I'm always a mess. So this is what I do. I put everything into little baggies in groups. So these are all the carrots that I have, all the different varieties that I'll be planting or may not be. It depends. I'll have to see. And I'll often bring the ones to the front that I want to use sooner than the rest, or that I have to plant next, and then put them back afterwards. But yeah, this is just one of my kind of crazy categories of baggies. So that's it. I just have all my baggies. This year I want to plant a whole garden just dedicated to herbs and medicine, and it'll be next to my tea garden now that I also want to expand, so I might just turn it into one big tea, herb, medicine garden. So I know it sounds kind of silly to say, because, well, every garden's a medicine garden if you think about it. Even if it's just flowers, that might be your medicine. So even if it's just to smell, or just to take away some of your stress of your day. I don't know what else I should do. I think that's it. Yeah, oh, well, I guess since I was asked to do a starting one, I can just show you one thing. This is chamomile, and the information is usually on the back. Okay, so when you open it, some information of some seed packets will be here on when to sow or how to sow it. But one thing I recommend never, ever, ever to do, which I did in all my early gardening days without fail, somehow did it. I ripped the whole top off of each packet, and then you were left without knowing the name of what, I mean, this is an easy one, but without knowing the name, I wouldn't have recognized wormwood if the top wasn't there. So you rip the top of the seed packet, and then you're just stuck with the name brand, or the brand name, and then that's it. So on the back, it'll give you information about it, or it'll give you the days to sow, the depth to sow it, the spacing to sow, and you know how I feel about spacing, but that's another story. And that's it. They're all different. Some packages will have it at the top where you really don't want to rip off that name. And I guess that's it for now. Until next time, I'm going to, I think, make a video on cooking. Such random videos, but whatever comes to my heart is what I'm going to be working on. And that's it for now. Have a good day, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.